Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another video. Today, yeah, that's it. Finally here, October. For many, it's the start of their piking season. For me, unfortunately, I wish it was the start of my piking season, but this is my busy season here at the lodge, so of course I'm behind the furnace and cooking away and getting everything ready for the clients. So there's no fishing for me, unfortunately. But that's the way it goes. But for you who can go fishing in October, I'm going to share with you my favorite three lures that I like using for that month, for the opening, kind of official, I would say, opening of the pike season here in Ireland. So this year is a little bit strange because we have some very, very low water. Now today it's sunny. Yesterday was raining. Yeah, it's a strange start of the autumn season. A little bit complicated, but for the one who work hard and find the pattern that goes at the moment, they have some good success. But apart from that, I'm going to talk about my personal favorite three types of lure to fish entering the autumn season for October. So this is personal, of course, and it's what mostly I enjoy fishing. That's what, because it has to be fun. It's not all about being productive. It has to be fun as well. So if you don't have fun, there's no point going out fishing. So to me, one of the first lure that I like fishing at this time of the year, it's glide baits, of course. Glides, you probably will see that I'll probably fish them. I'll give them a shot all year round. There's so many different types of glides that they are very versatile, and I'll show you how I tune them for the colder water, so you can fish them even when it gets really cold. But for the moment, it's not that cold. Temperature have dropped, but the pike are, like I say, it's a bit strange this year because we have very low water, and the temperature of the water fluctuate quite a bit at the moment, and it's not great. But in normal condition, this is the time that we'd say the pike start feeding a bit heavy, even towards the end of October, to put on the strength and the fat for the winter, to survive throughout the winter. And this is the time that glides work fantastic, because we're going to fish from the shallows all the way up to the deeper part on the breaks, on the drop-offs. And the advantage of glides is that they have that drawing power, especially for the big glides. Big glides will pull pike from 5, 6 meter deep. You will bring them up to the surface if they're in that hunting mode. If they're not in that hunting mode, I'll show you after my different type of lure that I like using for that. But yeah, first, and the good thing is with glides, you can present them different size, different action of glides, but mostly this time of the year, you start to hope that they're gonna go for big bite, and I like to use the big glides. Like this is the Gladiator. That's one of mine. This is a resin glide. Different colors would work depending, of course, on the situation and the day, but this would be my first go and my first choice to go. Yeah, love fishing glides, and these ones are like so visual and so fun to fish. Now, they can be a little bit fussy sometimes, and maybe it's too big of a presentation. Like at the moment, one day it seems that they want like a big bait, and the next day they completely switch and they want a small bait. So for glides, big bait, I would go for the Gladiator, the resin one, and smaller one. And I'll have to make an entire video on this glide because this is one of my favorite little glide. This is from Swimbait Republic. This is the Glide Away 176, and I absolutely adore that glide. Um, you can walk it so many different ways. It's a super fun and super versatile glide. Yeah, I should make just a video just on this little guide because this is absolutely a fun glide to fish. Now, very easy to customize. You have these little square holes here, as you can see, and on these you have little stick-on leads that come with the lure when you buy them. So you can have it as slow sinking like this one, or I like to fish this one just below the surface. You can snap it real fast, you can work it slow, you can burn it. Yeah, such a really good little glide. I really like it. Glide Away from Swim Bait Republic, but I'll probably will make a video just on this one because it's well worth it. Swim baits as well, not all glides. Glides, what I'm talking glides, it's the 2 section mostly. Swim baits as well. This is the time you can present swim baits. Like a couple of weeks ago, they really liked, compared to the glides, the swim of the glide, they liked something more snaky. So they were going really good reaction with something like a 3, 4, 5 section swim bait. That little snaky swim was the thing that was getting bites 2 weeks ago. So for this, I like to have fun again, and I like to present something like really big and stupid. This is like this is a copy of the DRT Ghost, and I am pretty happy with this one. Really good copy. I could make a video if you're interested about this. These are Chinese copies from the Japanese lure, because I just can't afford the €400 to buy an original one like this. And in all fairness, for Pike, I did not have the chance to test the original Japanese one. But these ones work really well, and I'm catching quite a good few fish on these ones as well. So probably will make, if you're interested, let me know in the comments section below if you want a more in-depth look at these lures. But that's my first section of lures passed. This is the hard bait. Now we're going to switch to if the fish are a little bit more difficult, if they're not really hunting, if they're not coming from the deep to snap onto the glides, there's fish below the surface, or slow sinking glides, then I move on into the rubber ones, the soft plastic ones. Now for this, I had the video I made just before, the Tactical Autumn. You've seen it. I like to fish that type of lure, soft foreplay rigged with a Titan BKK Texan hook. So this is to fish into the rotten vegetation, onto the shallows, fish it through the vegetation, or let it sink and drag it. Again, go back to the video I made a week ago, especially on these ones. So that's one presentation that I like to have if it's a snaggy. Or if it's not saggy, I like to fish something fun like this. This is a mega bass. This is the Twitcher. Fun little rubber bait as well. Simple, just one treble in it. This is a really slow sinking, just stays under the surface. Really fun to snap. Very, 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 very lifelike. Unfortunately, it's expensive and they get busted pretty fast. But like it's yeah, if you don't count and if you love, you can't give Pike this type of lure to get absolutely crushed. So that's my second type of lures that I like fishing. Small rubber, either way, dressed up with a big Texan hook to go through the weeds, the rotten vegetation, or something under the surface like a Twitcher like this. Third type, we're gonna stay with the plastic and the rubber lures, but this is like when they get really, really, really difficult, it's just to downsize. And that's proven to work as well, because they are still a little bit in a summer mood. So they're still maybe not completely going, like at the moment, they're not focusing on big prey, they're not focusing on getting a load of calories in. They're just like, just chilling at the moment. So they still take little snacks that fly by in front of them. Even big fish at the moment takes like, they will hit small lures and small roach, because the roach are still very active at the moment. You see them, a lot of fish moving and topping at the moment. They seem to be very happy. We're having, with the milder weather that's coming and going, we have some hatch of like flies on the lakes, and the roach are active. So the pike are still going for small bait. So one of the two favorite that I like fishing at the moment, it's this is a live target. This is the skip shad. This is a really, really nice one. Absolutely cracker of a little soft bait. I rigged this one with a Texan hook as well. No need anything else. No weights. Skip that under the trees, under the branches. Really, really good little one. Fast going. As you can see, there's no paddle, because I just like to fish them like on a twitching retrieve, just to make them hop And the other one that I had really good success, and it's funny enough, I think that they are more sold for zander fishing and things like that, or vertical fishing. But for pike, they are really, really good. They You can fish them with a small light jig. I like to fish them with again with a small Texan hook or something that goes right with it for the size, and I have really, really good success on those. Like, they absolutely stink because I have my secret sauce in it. I like to put some stuff. I will do something as well for flies and lures, how you can make them a little bit smelly if you want, if you're into that sort of thing. I always think it can't hurt to put some additives. It doesn't seem to put the pike off, so it could be a good thing to put some additives on your rubbers as well. So that could be another video too, if you're interested on what I use and how I use my additives on lures and flies. I think I will make a video on that. So yeah, that's basically my three types of lures. I know you will catch on pig shad and on jerk baits and crankbaits at this time of the year. But for me, the most fun, yeah, if I can get them to pop close to the surface and take a bite at a giant glide, definitely I would go for that 100%. If they're more difficult, a little bit more tactical, we go with the bigger rubbers in the vegetation or the dying vegetation, depending on how fast the vegetation is dying where you are. And if they get really, really, really finicky and difficult, we downsize to the really, really small little lures like this, and just yeah, just retrieve that in the shallows and let it sink. Even you can fish, I wouldn't fish that pelagic because it's pointless, they're way too small. It's more if you're close to the bank, but at the moment the fish are still close to the bank. It's not they haven't pushed away because of that, referring to the last video I made of all the rotten vegetation and all the life that's still living in that rotten vegetation. I'm talking bloodworms and snails and all these things that have to find their winter quarters, and they're still in there hanging about. So you still have a lot of fish feeding in this, and the pikes love hiding in that. So these are kind of good if they are difficult. So there you go, in level of difficulties: big, medium, small. That's it. That's what I like fishing for October. November we'll go for different lures. The weather hopefully will start changing. We'll start to get some frost and some cold, and maybe we're going to start to get the big trolling lures, and that's another video again where I show you where and when and what type of lure I use for trolling in the winter time. All right, well, that's it. Thanks for joining me for this video, and don't forget to subscribe. The channel is kind of moving nicely at the moment, so let's keep it going. Subscribe, like, thumbs up, notification bell and all that stuff. Thanks again, and have a great October. Bye.